Blaziken fans, I have good news. The deck no longer sucks, all right? I have been watching Blaziken just kind of fail to be a real deck, be anything besides a high roll deck. And it seems we finally figured out the list. We now know how to play Blaziken, so it is not just relying on high rolling. Okay, before I throw the list up, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, like the video, trying to hit 20k subs. Getting very, very close. All right, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Also, if you subscribe, there's a chance that your name might pop up on screen while I'm recording. I didn't even notice that a couple of them did last time, and there they were. So, all right, how did we fix Blaziken? We're playing Blaziken with Heatmor. It is very clear, very, very clear, very clear. I can't express how clear it is that the Entei version just does not work. You might have some success with the Entei version. You might have had success with it in the past. It is a high roll deck, plain and simple. Also, like matchup roulette deck. At the Pocket Mads tournament, which had around 800 people in it, if you look at how Blaziken Entei did, it had like a 33 win percentage overall. I'm serious. I've been looking at like tournament data for a really long time. For a top deck to have a 33% win percentage, it might be one of the worst I've ever seen. Ever. Like, genuinely. That is so bad. Usually, a deck will be considered like, oh man, it had like a kind of bad week if the win percentage is around like 45%. Like 45%, once you hit 45, or even like sub 47 isn't great, but really once you get 45, you're like, oh wow, okay, this definitely was not the play for the tournament. 33%, bro, I'm telling you guys, you do not want to play this deck with Entei. Yes, you will still see some versions of the Entei build. You'll still see it do fine at tournaments. Like, you will. You'll see it. Someone will high roll with it, and they'll go nuts because there are like still just enough people playing the Entei version that one of them is like bound to go crazy on a crazy run with it. But overall, this Heatmor version is performing much better. There were only, at that same Pocket Match tournament, there were only 4 people who played Heatmor, so take it with a grain of salt. But the win percentage was like 70% for those 4 people that played the deck, so not bad at all. Not bad. What else is going on with the list? So I guess I'll tell you what Heatmor does. So I just spent 2 minutes talking about how bad Entei is. Heatmor is very simple. It has 1 retreat cost, 80 HP. It does 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So it's a 1-point snipe. That can be very good, obviously, against all the 30 HP babies. And even better at pinging your opponent's Mega Pokemon and setting up just either setting up the damage or setting up them for a Cyrus. Whatever. It's a very good combo to have with Blaziken. Seems like all these Megas, man, they got their snipe attacks with them. I don't even know when this Heatmor came out, but it was at some point. Also, guys, I apologize for no video yesterday. I don't know if you did see the Hitmonchan video. I said in there that I was slightly sick, and I was annoyed that I wasn't like full on sick because it was just kind of an inconvenience. And then Sunday, I was too sick to record, and even today, I'm like, I don't feel like doing anything, but I think I would feel worse if I didn't record something, especially if I let you guys keep playing Blaziken Entei, because I can't allow this. I cannot allow this. It is really crazy how consistent stage 2 decks have felt now that we've discovered that Copycat actually is a good card. I feel like at the beginning, nobody was really playing Copycat. Like, there were very few decks that made the inclusion. I think May was the bigger inclusion, and then people kind of got off of that. But I don't remember seeing a bunch of like Copycat in the beginning in these stage 2 decks. And I think that's just because we were burned by Iono when that came out. Iono seemed like it'd be an okay card for sure. And as we started playing it with it, we're like, yo, this is awful. This is not worth the inclusion in our decks. So I understand. I was skeptical of the Copycat as well. I had no idea, but Copycat has felt really good. It's a great consistency booster to all of these stage 2 decks. So it's almost like you don't even need the Entei, honestly. I've had no problem setting up with this deck, and even the games that you'll see here where I do have trouble setting up, it's like, it's fine, dude, because if my opponent takes 2 points and sets up their bench a little bit, like, what do I care, dude? I have a 210 HP Blaziken that I'm working towards. As long as I can actually get that out at some point, it doesn't really matter if I take, you know, slightly long to do it. Because once that guy's out, like, I mean, you got problems, man. You got problems. Good luck trying to get through the Blaziken. And then, like, the rest of the list, I mean, there's nothing too special about it, right? Oh, I guess the one flame patch is kind of unique. And that's something that not playing Entei allows us to do. Since our Heatmors only have 1 retreat, and our Torchics only have 1 retreat, and our Blazikens only have 1 retreat, everyone's got 1 retreat. So you kind of just need the one flame patch. Like in Entei, it is kind of required that you play 2 because you likely will need 2 throughout the game, or just at least 1, and you need to make sure you find it, because you know, Entei with 2 retreat, you're not really going to be able to attach twice to Entei and then attach twice manually to the Blaziken as well. But with this deck, there are times where you don't even use the flame patch in a game. It really, like, there have been quite a few games where I only used the flame patch to kind of just like burn it out of the hand. That was it. Other than that, I did not need the flame patch. There was no need for it. There was no need for it. Just by either building a Blaziken up in the active spot, or yeah, I mean, I guess, or just not attaching to Heatmor, letting Heatmor get knocked out, and just attaching to the Blaziken on the bench. Like, it's just, you don't need it sometimes, man. You really don't. So the 1 copy feels fine. I wouldn't go up to 2. I wouldn't include an X speed in here, like nothing. You don't really need anything that pressing, because this is the strength of Blaziken Heatmor. I just put down number 1, the Absol. I like spit on it with the Torchic, whatever that attack does. I don't know what it's called. I like the idea of Torchic spitting though. And then I hit it with a Mega Burning, and now this Mega Absol has 10 HP left, and I've got double Heatmor on my bench. So, like, I'm pretty confident I can knock out that Mega Absol. I'm even thinking here, like, I see 1 Pokemon Center Lady. I'm even thinking here, like, do I just retreat the Blaziken into the Heatmors and just go double Heatmor? But I top deck the Cyrus, so it doesn't matter anyways. But I think I would have liked to just research, see what was on the other side of my research, and then decide if I wanted to go Heatmor. Heatmor poking probably would have been better, because I don't want to deal with the Hydreigon in the active spot with my Blaziken. But yeah, the deck is sick. The deck is sick, man. It's got the same strengths that Altaria Jirachi does, where Altaria does big damage to an active. Oh, see, you guys, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. You subscribe, and sometimes you get a little free shout out during the vid. Neil B. Thank you, Neil B, for the subscription. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Comment if you are watching this. I know if you're real. If not, I take back the shout out. Neil B, you have 24 hours to comment, or you are exiled from the Tilly TCG channel. All right, this is real for sure. All right, so some other interesting things going on in the meta that I wanted to talk about were Magnezone is on the rise big time, like hugely. Absol Hydreigon is doing great. Dude, I did my tier list video like a few days ago, and I looked back on it, and I'm like, yo, why did I rate Absol Hydreigon so low? I don't understand. I think what must have happened is on Limitless, which is like where you get all the tournament data from, there are 2 different, there's Hydreigon Absol and Absol Hydreigon. Absol Hydreigon is like, to be honest, Absol Hydreigon, like, that category is kind of just like the worst list of Hydreigon. So all the data looks so much worse. I think I must have just opened that up and taken a look at that. Or truly, before this weekend, Absol Hydreigon was performing just terrible. Overall, which could have also just been because people didn't have the list figured out. I've looked at a lot of Absol Hydreigon list. It seems that no one has any idea which way they should be playing it. I didn't really like the list that I saw which was double copycat, because like double copycat, just to make sure you're getting set up with that deck, Chingling item lock, like it seems the most fun to me. All the other Absol Hydreigon lists are like just a bunch of one-of supporters, and I don't know, I don't love that from a deck that doesn't have a way to consistently find any of that. Like, it's so many one-of cards in every other Absol Hydreigon list. So I'm a big fan of the double Chingling, double copycat version. Still has a Mega Absol, but like no Cleffa or anything like that. But Absol Hydreigon had an absolutely huge week. That deck's doing great. This Mega Blaziken Heatmor. Oh, my boy Decidueye is doing great, man. Shout out Cosmo, I believe. Cosmo, I think, won a tournament. I think they went like 13-0 with the Decidueye, bro. The same list that I posted here, however many days ago. The double copycat, the one Erica, the two Lily. Insane. I legit think he went 13-0. Oh, I don't mind that. I'm watching I'm watching downfall of YouTubers on the side while I was recording the gameplay. Yeah, but no, he went nuts. So shout out him doing the Decidueyes proud. Yeah, I mean, other than that, like those are sort of the big stories, is that Blaziken finally figured out how to get played. Decidueye is on the rise like crazy. Magnezone's on the rise, and Hydreigon Absol is doing very, very good as well. There are still like the Suicunes littered everywhere. There are still the Alterias littered everywhere. Like, nothing's really changed with that, but just a real breakout week for the Hydreigon and for the Decidueyes and the whatever that guy is called. Can you tell I'm still sick? Dude, my brain does not work anymore. Oh, there was a Guzzler that did well as well, but I don't really care. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'll have to play it, I think. Because I remember when Guzzlord first came out, and people were swearing by it, and I hated it. Like, I could never understand how that deck did anything. Maybe now, I gotta see. Does this deck even play a copycat, man? Does Guzzlord play a copycat? It does. It plays double copycat. All right, maybe I can stomach the poison Guzzlord deck in this case. But typically, I don't. Yeah, I mean, I haven't played poison Guzzlord in so long, but double copycat might just fix the problem. That was always my problem with Guzzlord, with the poison stuff, not the deck with two Guzzlord and one Celesteela. Was that it just wasn't consistent enough? But double copycat, yo, he might have figured something out. And like, I mean, honestly, Guzzlord also has like mega stats. Like, the dude has 170 HP, bro. He has 170 HP, and he's a basic. And he can two-shot any mega as well, besides like a Mega Blaziken with a Lily. But maybe if you get a Poison Barb involved with an Nihilego on the bench, he can figure it out. But yeah, like the Guzzlord has mega stats. So I've been wondering why exactly we haven't seen Guzzlord, but also not willing to pick up the deck myself. Just kind of waiting to see if someone else would figure it out. But the Guzzlord's been doing pretty good too. Yeah, other than that, meta's stayed pretty solid. I wish we had ranked it. Again, I say it all the time. It makes it so hard to know like what's actually good when you're playing on your own, besides looking at tournaments. That's why I've been so happy to see the Decidueye doing well, because it's like I had a feeling that the deck was good. Every time I played it on ladder, it did amazing, and I mean, just playing against random people, it was doing really good. But then people brought it to tournaments, and Decidueye did fantastic. So I haven't quite lost it yet. We still have some idea of how the game works and what decks can be good. So very, very nice to see the Decidueye do so well in these recent tournaments. All right, now this game right here. So this is why I think that double like helmet is so necessary. Is the double helmet is like Oricorio is a bit of a problem. The double helmet makes Oricorios honestly like so easy to get through. It's not even a hindrance for this deck for the most part. You throw a helmet on a Mega Blaziken and it becomes it becomes a worse option for them to attack with an Oricorio, I think, than just like attacking with anything else. The double helmet also very necessary because like there is still a lot of Suicune around. For the most part, Mega Blaziken is just kind of gonna two-shot most of the things it's attacking into. But against decks like Suicune, you really need to be able to hit for 160 damage, and the Rocky Helmet allows that to happen. If they attack into the Blaziken at some point, you could get through a Suicune with a cape. That's really the only card that has 160 HP, but yeah, that's what you really want to get through. It helps with the Suicunes. It helps with the Oricorios. And I can't think of another damage number that it really matters for, but it's nice to have the extra damage, I guess. But there's a lot of Suicunes, and a lot of the Suicunes are playing double capes, so I stand by the double Rocky Helmet. I would want it, especially again with all the Oricorio. Like it just turns the Oricorios into a, like it's laughable. It's laughable watching an Oricorio trying to attack into a Blaziken with a Rocky Helmet because you just get so little value out of it. You have to constantly pivot between Oricorios to keep them alive. You need Pokemon Center ladies, like. It just doesn't work out so well for you. But like this, even here, right? I'm taking quite a while to set up. It took me forever to get my Torchic online. But I'm just taking my time. I'm just pinging 30 with Heatmor. My idea for this game, as soon as I saw how my opponent set up his bench, was I would look to Heatmor, set up damage on Darkrai, and then just use Heatmor to snipe a Pichu. And so I would win the game by going through Pichu and Darkrai, and that's how I'd get all my 3 points. Now, I don't love my hand right now. I have just a Torchic on the bench. I have no evolution pieces, and I researched into Combusken, but I mean, I'm just a Sabrina away from effectively losing this game because I've got no protection from the Sabrina. I had no evolution pieces, so when I researched, I kind of knew like I'm probably not finding rare candy Blaziken off of this. So I mean, there's not really a better play besides Heatmor smack the Pichu. Like another option would have been I could have Cyrused up the Darkrai, the other Darkrai, and hit for 30 onto the Pichu. But if my opponent had Leaf or X-Speed or whatever and just went into Oricorio, I wouldn't like lose the game on the spot, but it would become a lot more dragged out. I just really didn't want to use my Cyrus. And my opponent didn't get Sabrina, and I top deck Mega Blaziken, so it worked out for me, but I just really didn't want to use my one of Cyrus. I get scared anytime I have to do that, especially when I'd be out of like Heatmors in the game. Like that would be the end of my Heatmors. And I just don't love doing wasting the Cyrus, my one of Cyrus. Well, that's it for the games. Last like closing thoughts, man. I think that this list is really good. Like I don't think there's anything I would really want to change about it, especially from playing it. I like the one flame patch. I like the double Rocky Helmet. I have enjoyed it. I mean, like, May kind of feels necessary, even though I don't love May as a supporter. It feels kind of necessary. I mean, hey, maybe double Copycat. Maybe double Copycat instead of May. I do believe in double Copycat for Decidueye. Yeah, but we're in Decidueye. We're also playing like so many more evolution pieces that May probably works. May works better in this deck for sure than it does in Decidueye because we aren't playing as many evolution pieces, which sounds weird, but when you're using May, you're usually looking for one Pokemon, and if you don't find that one Pokemon, it sucks a lot. But yeah, I don't know. The list seems really good. This is how you should be playing Blaziken. Again, sorry for missing a video yesterday. I might try to get a couple videos up either tomorrow or, yeah, probably more likely tomorrow if I'm feeling up to it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe, like the video on the way out. I'll see you on the next one.